Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the morning tea. I'm your girl, Alex Schiffman, and joining me in velour is my Courtney Revolution. What's going on, Courtney?
Hello, Alex. Good morning, everyone. I am Courtney Revolution, and I am feeling soft and delicate and sensitive today because of my shirt. How are you doing today, Alex? That's a good top you got on, girl.
Thank you, thank you. I think the proper term for you is actually crushed velvet. Let me make that clear for all the fashionistas out there. But you are looking good. It is a thick Thursday. The docket is looking hot, filled with tea. Some good stuff going on. But before we get into that, of course, if you're new here, we love to hear where are you watching the morning tea from this morning. Let us know in the chat, Tea Tribe. Courtney, how was your Wednesday evening? We are one day away from Friday, and that means it's Friday Junior, which is very exciting. But how was your night last night?
Alex, I had a great night last night. As you guys know, I've been watching old episodes of The Challenge. I know the season just premiered like the night before last, as I tweeted about it. And my friend was like, I love The Challenge. Don't talk about the new version of The Challenge. So honestly, I just relaxed. I kept it quiet. I kept it cute because I planned to have a really busy weekend just getting myself together before the holiday. How was your evening, girl?
It was great. Catched up on my Real Housewives of Orange County, of course. And listen, there's a lot of stuff going on right now between Bronwyn and Kelly Dodd. I know you don't keep up with the show, but some of the Tea Tribe members, if you're watching the OC, let me know your thoughts on last night's episode in the chat because getting hot between the ladies. Of course, I think I mentioned to you, Courtney, that Bronwyn is sober now. So they're on like a vacation, like Arrowhead, and she's really struggling. And Kelly, who's like no filter, she just can't handle it. Like she just cannot deal with Miss Bronwyn. So we're getting a lot of that. But it was a good episode, so I did some of that. And then I think I watched another Lifetime movie. You know, got to keep the holiday cheer up. I am number one fan. Listen, I cannot tell you how many holiday movies I have watched this year. I don't know why, but they just make me happy, and I keep it coming.
You know what, Alex, you mentioned holiday movies, and I have not watched Jingle All the Way yet, so I probably will do that before the weekend is out, because y'all know Jingle All the Way is my number one. I don't know what it is about that film. I don't know. Always keep a promise if you want to keep your friends. I don't know. That stuck with me, Alex, from the day I saw it. Shout out to Sinbad, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and the girls, because that movie is just chef's kiss to me, so I'm going to watch that.
Shout out to Kat, who is saying, hola, Alex and Courtney. Macy is saying, look today, Courtney and Alex. Amanda has let me know that we have Miss Mika in the chat. So, Courtney, let's do a little 5, 6, 7, 8.
Miss Mika, nice to meet ya. Miss Mika, she on fleeka. Miss Mika, she loves the tia. And we see ya. Miss Mika, go Mika, go Mika, go, go. Go Mika, happy thick Thursday to our good sis Mika all the way out there in Nebraska. Also random, Alex, but shout out to everyone that has had snow. I forget that we're in December because we live in Los Angeles. Shout out to y'all if y'all are in the snow. Make sure your tanks got oil, y'all got y'all heat together, and y'all got y'all good food so y'all don't have to leave because the roads are probably bad. So be careful and stay safe.
Courtney, I know that you, living on the East Coast, growing up there, you saw a lot of snow. But, you know, snow came very far in between in my life growing up in Southern California. I had to travel to the snow, and that always depresses me that we didn't have real seasons here. You know what I mean?
Alex, I promise you this. As a person that has lived with seasons the majority of his life, girl, you ain't missing much. I moved as far away as I did so that I could escape the snow. Beautiful to look at, Alex. Don't get me wrong. You'll love snow until you have to shovel it. Once you have to shovel it in order to get to where you got to go, girl, like you got to go to the office, girl, you better shovel this driveway. You won't love it. So not a fan of her, but she's gorgeous.
Yeah, I could not deal with that. I could not shovel my car and do all of that if I had to be, to work super early. That is the one thing I don't love. But when it comes to holiday time, it would be nice to see a little trickle outside my window when I'm inside with a fire and some hot chocolate. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Maybe
A little sprinkle. Not snow day worthy, but like just to see it fall. It's like, oh, it feels like holiday. Gorgeous.
Wait, Courtney, speaking of snow day, my one of my great friends is a teacher in New York, and she just posted this article that because of remote learning, kids aren't getting snow days anymore. How sad is that?
Oh my God. That's a mess, Alex. So what they do when it snows, it's like, all right, well, this
You're already
assignment is
home.
still due at noon.
Yeah, because you're already home. They're already doing remote learning. So that whole kind of idea of a snow day is no longer. I hope they change that because that's pretty sad. I'm
I
sure
think they
that
should.
like, right? What do you think about that,
Yeah.
T-Tribe? Let us know in the chat if you had snow days. I never experienced a snow day, but I always thought it was cool that family on the East Coast had snow days. Did you have snow days, Courtney?
Alex, girl, let me tell you, there is no, there's, you know how you have like childhood feelings, like, oh my God, I can't wait to wake up for Saturday morning cartoons. It falls under
Yeah.
that category of nostalgia feelings of like, you see the snow falling, and it's like, if I wake up and I open up my window, will my driveway be covered? And then you run and turn on the news and you wait, Alex, as the news girl, they talking. Shout out to WNEP. They are talking, but the kids are waiting because on the top of the screen, girl, there's a banner and you wait for your school to pop up. And if your school district don't pop up, girl, your mom gonna kick the door in. Boy, you better get in the shower before this bus comes. You going to school today. But if your class pop up, girl, that's when you get into bed, you pull that cover over you, girl, and you wake back up. You take another little kitty cat nap, and you wake back up when Mr. Maury Povich is on. And that's what you call a snow day. Yes, ma'am.
That was, first of all, speaking of Maury Povich, that was my sick day. So we didn't have snow days, but I took a few extra sick days. And Maury just entertained both of us. So that's something that we have in common. What a great show that was, right?
Maury is it. He's the legend.
Maury is a legend. All right. Well, speaking of legends, we have a few legends on the docket today. So let me break down what we have. Starting off with news about the Lizzie McGuire revamp being shut down. This is some sad news for Lizzie McGuire fans. We're going to tell you all about the latest update. Also, Chris Pine is raving about his co-star, Harry Styles, which I couldn't relate to more because we all know how charming Mr. Harry is. Then listen to this. Bad Bunny is getting cast in a movie with Brad Pitt. Like, what? Pretty interesting. We'll tell you about that. Then Britney Spears is switching up her look. I don't know if you saw her Instagram yesterday, but she's got a new look going on. We're going to tell you about that. And then Allie Larder is getting called out by her former Heroes co-star, Leonard Roberts. Some serious allegations going on. We'll tell you about that story. And then we're talking about Lord's new album update. She may have a name. So this is some good news. And then Fetty Wap is definitely calling it a comeback. Fetty Wap is back. Baby, won't you come my way?
My way. Girl, don't get me. Girl, I will bring the Fetty Wap out, girl. Let me save it till we get to that part of the show. Because
Courtney is coming our way, so just wait for that. Then Liam Payne is opening up about Jesse Nelson's departure from Little Mix. And he's kind of relating it to Zayn's departure from One Direction. An interesting comparison. And then in our Card Jenner Tea Time, we're looking into some old Kardashian Christmas cards, which is great because we don't get them anymore, sadly. And then we're talking about Rain and Mason Disick's shenanigans on Instagram. These two are a handful. And then Tristan and Chloe have a first date in Boston. They were seen out at a restaurant. We'll tell you about that. And then finally, our OMT story of the day. We're looking into Amelia and Scott's most recent flirty moments on the Instagram and what this all means about their future together. I guess still going on. So we have a lot of tea to spill, so stay tuned for that. Courtney, pour up that hot water. Let's get into it because we have a thick docket.
all right, girl, we're going to get into some things today.
Yes, it is time to pause Actually, it's time to
Oh.
before we pause.
Cheers, girl. Ooh, that's hot.
All right.
Ooh, burnt my taste buds.
The morning tea. We kick off the show with You Missed It, and these are all the stories you may have missed overnight. But don't worry, Courtney and I make sure to handle all the trending tea for you. We're talking about this Lizzie McGuire reboot, and the much anticipated series has been shut down on Disney Plus. Some sad news. Hilary Duff made the announcement on Instagram yesterday, writing, quote, "I know the efforts and conversations have been everywhere trying to make a reboot work, but sadly, and despite everyone's best efforts, it isn't going to happen. I want any reboot of Lizzie to be honest and authentic to who Lizzie would be today. It's what the character deserves." So this comes after repeated attempts by the show producers and Hilary herself to make a unique show for the audience. Earlier this year, the planned revamp was rumored to be heading to Hulu due to the more kind of mature themes the show creators wanted to impart on the character's storyline. Hilary agreed with that as well. Now, even that isn't going to be enough to save the show. So, Courtney, T-Tribe, what do you think of this news? Do you think this kind of public outcry could be enough for Disney to change their mind?
Alex, I'm not too sure, but I'm very disappointed. I really was looking for the Lizzie McGuire reboot to be something in the vein of there was a show once upon a time ago, y'all know I like to throw it back. There was a show on back when it was ABC Family and not Freeform. It was called Greek. And it was about a show about these kids in college. Yeah, Greek was good, right, Alex? I was looking for like a cross between Greek and Younger because Hilary's already on Younger. She's very adult on that show. And I was looking for something in that realm, not looking for an HBO, Lizzie McGuire as an adult film star. Like, I'm not looking for that. I just wanted a mature story to be told. And it seems like Disney maybe had thoughts of doing like another Raven's Home. And although it's very successful, we grew up. And I think that Hilary was right in wanting to deliver an appropriate story. So if they can't do it right, let's not do it at all, Alex. That's how I feel.
Yeah, creative difference is the biggest kind of problem when it comes to reboots and doing things. It's the number one thing that ruins, a production or a potential production. So it's unfortunate this is going on. As Hilary said, and this character is very precious to her. And but she's grown up, as Hilary has grown up, and I think she wanted to portray that. But I also, in Disney's defense, they have a brand to kind of, protect, and they're very, very precious there. So I understand their decision to part ways. I don't think it's the end for the reboot. I think someone else will pick it up. I just don't see it happening at Disney. Well, let me take that back because they may have the rights to it. So I don't know the legal behind it. But if they can work something out and find an agreement, then hopefully it'll happen in the future.
Maybe they'll revisit with Terry Minsky at a later date. Maybe once this all clears up and it's less pressure in a worldly sense, they'll feel a sense of peace to revisit. Let's hope for that, y'all. That's what I want. We need you, Hilary.
That's a good point. Kat is saying this is so disappointing. Literally the only reason why I got Disney Plus, I swear. Wesley is saying Love Victor went to because of similar things, too mature for the Plus. Yeah, this same thing happened. I remember Hilary had reposted this at the time that she wanted the same thing to happen with the reboot. Like, take it from the Disney to the Hulu. They're under the same umbrella. That would make more sense. So hopefully it happens for Lizzie McGuire fans because I know people are very upset about this news.
We need it, Alex. Now, hopefully we can come to some sort of compromise. Think of the fans at the end of the day because we grew up with her.
Right, I know. Well, speaking of growing up, Olivia Wilde's upcoming film, Don't Worry, Darling, is shooting again. I said darling because that's what you always say, Courtney. Is shooting again after COVID scare, but the cast is already excited for its release. Chris Pine spoke about the show during a press run for his new film Wonder Woman 1984 and talked up his fellow castmates, especially Harry Styles, who's grown up very nicely, according to Chris Pine. Harry says he said, quote, Harry Styles is an absolute delight. He's one of the most professional people I've ever met. Couldn't be kinder, more gracious. I mean, really, I was stunned by this kid. He's off the charts cool. So Don't Worry, Darling will be Harry's second feature film and the first of a slew of projects that Harry has started to get attached to. So, Courtney and T-Tribe, are you excited to see more of Harry developing his acting chops?
Listen, I know there's some people out there that don't like Harry Styles or they feel like he's overrated. Girl, sorry, suck it up, Buttercup, because Mr. Styles ain't going nowhere. And I'm very excited to see this and all of his other projects that he has in the works, Alex. I think that we sort of classify Harry as just a musician, but I think that over the next 5 years, he's going to show us really where his other talents lie. So this is cool. It's cool news. Shout out to Chris Pine as well for sort of giving us that insight.
There is no way that Harry Styles is overrated to me. I think he encompasses everything from, his fashion to his music to his voice. Now we're gonna see him act like he is a triple threat. He's one of those celebrities that can do it all, and I'm excited to see what he has to do. And I agree with Chris Pine. I met Harry. Kiss me on the cheek. It's my claim to fame. And he is very charming. And so I understand it. And look, he's so charming that, Chris Pine was even,
yeah.
Right?
He said, ooh, I'm stunned.
Yeah, I love it. All right. Well, moving on to different people doing acting, Harry Styles isn't the only singer making his way onto the silver screen. Not my best. Bad Bunny has been cast alongside Brad Pitt and Michael Shannon for the upcoming action movie Bullet Train, based on the Japanese novel by Maria Beadle. So this is the second project that Bad Bunny has been attached to recently after already being announced to joining the cast for the next season of Netflix's show Narcos Mexico. So Bad Bunny has really had a huge year despite all of the difficulties with the pandemic. Are you excited to see his acting ability?
You know what, Alex? Bad Bunny really has been doing it this year. And I know I'm out of the loop with that. I don't dislike Bad Bunny, but I'm not the hugest fan of his music. Y'all have heard me say that a million times. But this is exciting, I feel like, for any artist that is sort of having their moment. You know how every musician has like their blow up year. To sort of like end the year with this kind of news. Like, you gonna be in an action flick with Brad? The Brad? Like Fight Club Brad? Yeah. Girl. That's going to be something. They're going to sell them tickets. That's exciting. I might even have to see that one, girl, just out of genuine curiosity. So I know if I'm excited, everyone that genuinely loves Bad Bunny, they are going to go crazy. T-Tribe, are you excited? I know y'all love him.
Yeah, I just want to clarify that the novel is called Maria Beadle, and it's by Kotaro. I think I said it was by. So that is the title that it's based on. Mm-hmm. And then when it comes to Bad Bunny, I mean, this is his year between him topping the charts. Now he's in a movie co-starring with Brad Pitt. You can't sleep on Bad Bunny. Like, I need to get on this train and learn more about him because he is just soaring. Like, he is going to be super successful. And I'm interested, like you said, to just see what it's all about.
Alex, do you think that Bad Bunny has a really good agent? Or do you think that his name just ring bells? Like, the director was like, hey, Bad Bunny and his tennis ball hair would be real good in this part right here.
I think Bad Bunny has a great team around him because he's been on this kind of promotional. We just keep hearing about him, from the digital cover we talked about earlier this year. And then, him being
he did the live performance on the bus we talked about. Remember that? That was all over the news too. Remember?
The top streamed artists or one of the top streamed artists on Spotify. And now this. Listen, if you're in a movie with Brad Pitt, that's it. I mean, you could say
girl,
that.
I need me a team like that, girl. I'm trying to be in the movies with Brad, girl. I'm trying to meet Brad. Hi, Mr. Pitt.
Bad Bunny, we need your team. Come on. All right. Well, on to some different news about Britney Spears because she's showing off a new look. So posting to her Instagram yesterday, Britney showed off her new shorter hair in a series of dramatic photos. Brit has chopped her signature blonde locks down to shoulder length, almost a bob, giving a much more kind of, edgier look to the pop princess. She captioned this photo, quote, "Cut my hair. You know what they say, out with the old, in with the new. Now let us pray." So this look comes days after her father, Jamie Spears, spoke about the relationship to CNN, saying that until the conservatorship hearing started, that they were on good terms. So what do you think of Britney's new look? And do you think this kind of, this entire kind of change of a look means anything more?
Y'all, what's going on with Britney? I feel unsettled, and I know I feel like I say that every time we talk about Britney, but I feel unsettled. I don't know if this is the result of Britney actually being in control of her social media and her just doing whatever she wants, or if this is some veiled cry for help. Is this Britney just being like, look, I'm online, I'm fine? What's going on here, T-Tribe, with Britney? What do you guys think? I just know I don't feel good about really any recent Britney update. I want to hear, you know what I don't even want to hear. I just want to see a picture of Britney walking out of a courtroom with a smile on her face. That just tells me she won. Whatever it is, she won. That's what I want to see. I don't want to see this, although she's very beautiful. It just makes me feel unsettled,
Yeah, it doesn't feel quite right. When someone is going through something, they always say that the first thing you do is kind of change your look. You always know that someone, like after a breakup or something really difficult, someone cuts their hair. And so that just kind of reiterates the fact that Britney's obviously going through a lot, enough to want to kind of rid herself of her hair and restart and refresh. So it's just sad. She looks good. We have to also note the fact that these are her extensions that she's chopped off, because Britney has extensions. So maybe she's just getting a new set also. Some women do that. They take them off and they put them back in. And let's just hope that, she just gets better, because she doesn't seem to be in a good place.
I'm glancing over at the chat and I want to respond to April Showers. Good morning or good evening, wherever you are, April. They're saying that Britney needs no social media. Now, April, I would be inclined to go with that. However, if we don't see Britney, we will cause a riot. So we got to see some sort of present day something from Britney, or else the Free Britney movement, girl, we will show up at the manager office, daddy office, rock Jamie Lynn crib, until we see some sort of Britney something. So I think it's better for everyone involved that we get this than nothing at all, to sort of give you a little bit of a perspective of what would happen if you didn't see Britney.
It's tough, because I know we all want the best for her, but when you look at these photos and they say you can see everything in someone's eyes, and unfortunately, she looks like she's in pain, or she's sad, or she's struggling, and I just want her to get better.
Yeah. She's seen a lot, that Britney.
She has. Okay, well, speaking of seeing a lot, let's move on to a more kind of difficult story. Actor Leonard Roberts of 2006's Heroes dropped a bombshell essay to Variety yesterday, detailing the on-set tensions with his co-star Ali Larter that eventually led him to being written off of the show. So in the essay, Leonard says that he believes that he was taken off of the show because Ali was worried that he was tarnishing her brand. At one point, Leonard describes a moment on set that made him question his working relationship with Ali. He said, quote, "My co-star took umbrage with the level of intimacy being suggested between our characters. In a private rehearsal, Greg Beeman, our director, asked if she was willing to lower the straps of the top she was wearing and expose her bare shoulders only above the sheet that covered her in order to give the visual impression she was in the same state of undress as me, as I was shirtless. My co-star refused Beeman's request, and I was instantly aware of the tension on set. So he goes on to talk about how, as time went on, more instances of Ali's distant and cold reaction to him eventually led to a discussion with the show's creator and his exit from the show. During his meeting with the show creator, Leonard said that he was told that this isn't the black man losing and the white woman winning. Since the essay was posted, Alex Larder and the creators of the show have come out and apologized for any perceived slight against him. Ali said this, quote, "I'm deeply saddened to hear about Leonard Roberts' experience on Heroes, and I am heartbroken reading his perception of our relationship, which absolutely doesn't match my memory nor experience on the show." So, Courtney and T-Tribe, what do you think of this story?
Now, before I give my comment, Alex, something else that was in the article was the fact that there were like 10 other people that were able to say that these things happened on the set. So it's not so much a he said, she said versus this thing happened. One side said it happened this way, and a whole bunch of other people also agreed that this thing happened this way. Now, for those of y'all that have never heard of the show Heroes, I'm not even going to explain it because, girl, there's layers to her. That was a good one. Just understand that this young lady, well, she's not young. Shout out to Ali Larder, but this actress didn't want to do her job to the best of her ability with her black co-star. But when it came to her white co-star, girl, she was very much serving us Vixen. She was very much serving us, I'm giving you the goodies, no Ciara. Now, I am disappointed, Alex, because Heroes aside, I'm a huge Final Destination fan. And to sort of grow up with this actress in that way and to find out that she would treat someone that looks like me in that way is very, very disappointing. And furthermore, it's just not doing a good job. I feel like if you're an actor or an actress, when you go into those scenes, no matter who the other person is and how you feel about that person, girl, your job is to put that mask on and deliver for the audience. So to hear that this experience not only happened, Ali Larder was prejudiced, however she felt towards this man happened, but then he wasn't really able to feel secure in himself as a black man, as an actor, and it affected his career going forward. So there's so many layers to this. It goes beyond her just feeling a kind of way. It went on to affect this man. And it's just disappointing, Alex. But I'm glad that he spoke out, and I want more people to continue to speak out, because the way I look at it as this type of thing was happening behind the scenes, and Heroes definitely met a very untimely demise. And now, as a fan of the show, I feel deservedly so. So, hey.
Yeah, no, this story is very disappointing. And of course, you have to respect that he came out and spoke out on this. And like you said, it's important for people's voices to be heard and to, recount times when they felt this way. So I respect that he did that. I also think that it's unfortunate. And I like the point you made about the acting part of it. Because actors' job is to act. So it doesn't necessarily matter if you feel, well, let me just stop there. I feel that you kind of nailed it on the nose with that statement too. And I hope, they can move forward and learn from this experience, if anything. And it's unfortunate that happened. But
I'll say, no matter how you may have allegedly, potentially felt, your job was to be that person on the page.
Right. Okay. Well, let's move on to some lighter news because Lord,
Put the blinker on, Alex. We're getting off the exit, girl.
When we're going through difficult times, we listen to music. Right, Courtney? So let's get into our new music spotlight, because we have an update from Lorde, and she spent a lot of 2020 teasing us about the release of her next album, and she has just dropped more information about the upcoming music. So speaking to New Zealand's News Hub about her trip to Antarctica last year, Lorde let more info about the follow-up to 2017's melodrama Slip. She said, quote, I actually decided on the album name right around that trip. Just coming back from that trip, I thought, this is what it is. While she didn't actually drop the name that it would be, she did give fans a glimmer of hope that is definitely on its way. Back in May, Lorde gave fans another update on the album, saying that it is so effing good and that she was truly jazzed for fans to hear it. First off, Lorde went to Antarctica, and then she told New Zealand's Metro magazine that the experience was harsh and spiritual and that it changed her outlook on global climate change to her core. So it's really impacted her. Do you think the trip to the South Pole will impact her upcoming album in more ways than just the title?
Alex, I know that this may be a reach, but I don't really feel like it is, but it might be, y'all. I feel like we're in for something truly special when Lorde finally decides to release. Even though I'm a fan of Where's the EP and Where Is She and Get in the Studio, this, that, and the third. There's something different about the fact that Lorde is like not paying us any mind. She is like keeping us in the loop. She's like, girl, listen, I know you want the album. My dog passed away. Y'all gotta wait on that. You know what? I know you want the album, but girl, I had to catch this flight. I need to go to Antarctica. We're about to play with some glaciers or whatever she's doing out there. She's gonna deliver. There's like I don't even have like a 0.5% doubt that Lorde is going to deliver a mediocre product. I really, truly enjoy her music, and I have for the past like 7 years, I feel like. And I'm just ready. Get in there, girl. Get back in the ring. She's a scrappy one to me, that Lorde. I don't know. I like her.
Well, to learn that she's been through this kind of like spiritual experience, I can only imagine that the music she's going to create is going to be really good. So I'm excited for the album. Maybe we'll get a name sooner or later, but we will stay tuned. And maybe it's just Antarctica. Maybe it's just simple, to the point. This is what changed me. Here you go.
Because who knows about Antarctica besides the people that live there, girl? It's unknown. It's mysterious. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, girl, stop. Girl, don't get my ball rolling. I'll come up with some album concepts, girl. Lorde, call me. Girl, I'll be part of the team, girl. Just give me 2%, a couple coins.
I love it. Okay, well, speaking of coming back, Fetty Wap is ready for a comeback. Responding to a recent Instagram comment about where his career went, the trap queen rapper explained what the circumstances were that led him to his departure from the music scene. So Fetty responded to the fans saying, quote, "Bad business managers, greed and selfishness, but it's almost over. I got rid of all that goofy shit around me. Now I can focus on the music and I'm going the F up. Just watch." So this latest statement shows a defense 50 Cent gave for the rapper's disappearance back in 2019 when he said that contract issues were keeping Fetty from making music. So a lot of people know about this. If it isn't, it isn't as if Fetty Wap hasn't been gearing up to return to the scene. He's already been putting out more music this year, including the new The Vibes album released this past weekend. So are you looking forward to Fetty Wap's return to music?
Alex, let me tell you something right now. We have never talked about Fetty Wap on this show ever, but we need to talk about Mr. Wap today. This is stellar news. I feel like 2015, that will be my "you kids don't know about real music" year, because that will be the year that I tell my kids that, girl, was I sober? Because I was in the bar every weekend dancing to Fetty Wap. Like, every song he put out when he first blew up was like a hit. Like 6, 7, 9, Trap Queen, My Way. Like, hits on hits on hits. And then it just seemed like I moved here in 2016 and it was like, where's Fetty Wap? And even I literally tweeted the 20th of November, I believe, y'all can double check on Twitter, that I tweeted like, Fetty Wap needs like another lap around the track because all of his old stuff is so good. So it sucks that he went through shady business, issues. But if he's got it cleared up and he's going to bring the hits, my ear canal is certainly open. He should have been on the bill at that Friends and Lovers Festival that was supposed to happen this year. Did you hear about that, Alex? You know that big Friends and Lovers Festival that had all the old artists on it? Girl, I was ready. My coins certainly were. Fetty Wap should have been on that lineup. So when the world is right, put him on that. Coachella people, Gold Voice, whoever it is, Golden Voice, put him on that.
I am so excited. I love Fetty Wap. Like you said, he just released hit after hit, and then he kind of disappeared. And now we have some closure as to why. And I completely understand, this type of business behind the scenes that we don't always hear about can really affect a person and an artist and kind of, demotivate them to create and want to move forward. So I'm excited that he seems to be in a better place. We're going to get new music, right, to kick off the year. It's coming our way.
Alex, I'm going to have 3 shots and toast to Fetty. Boom!
Yes. All right. Well, speaking of, coming back, or I guess someone's leaving, Liam Payne is coming to Jessie Nelson's defense after a TikTok live fan comment. So while speaking with fans on the social media app yesterday, Liam took the time to respond to one fan who said that Jessie had, quote, zaned out of the band Little Mix. Liam said, quote, let's be serious about this. It's always sad at this moment in time when bands get into that sort of thing. Having been there myself, I felt that Zayn left for pretty much the same reason in a weird way. Earlier this year, Jessie had posted to her Instagram page revealing her departure from Little Mix after 9 years. 9 years. Jessie said, quote, the truth is recently being in the band has really taken a toll on my mental health. I find the constant pressure of being in a girl group and living up to expectations very hard. So Liam was right in that it did reflect a lot of the issues that Zayn had brought up when he announced his departure from One Direction back in 2015. Liam even continued during his TikTok live on the matter, stating this, quote, I wish Jessie all the best. I wish the girls all the best for carrying on as a 3. It's a tough time, and I do feel for them because everyone is watching in that little fishbowl at the moment, and no one really understands what's going on or how it feels for some people. So, Courtney and T-Tribe, what do you think of Liam's response regarding Jessie's departure from Little Mix, and do you think that's a decent comparison to when Zayn left 1D?
I think it's a decent comparison. They both said that they left for their mental health. I'm just disappointed. And for my UK boys and girls, my little jelly tots, don't get offended when I say this. But I get disappointed because for me, Alex, Jessie was the one that I looked at as the person that made me recognize that it was Little Mix that I was looking at whenever I watched a music video. I love all of them. I really do. But I don't know. There's something about when I see them, my eyes immediately go to her. In all the videos, I'm always like looking for her. What is she wearing? Because she always has, to me, the best outfits, no shade. So, it's unfortunate. Something else that I didn't realize, Alex, was throughout the years, something that for whatever reason has always been a part of the constant Little Mix conversation has been Jessie's weight. And I don't really see why that is such a big deal, why it needs to be up for discussion. However, I couldn't imagine for 9 years of my career being sassy and fun and hitting all my 8 counts and really doing the best that I could. And at the end of the day, all people want to talk about is what my body looks like. So I want to commend her for staying in the group and sticking it out as long as she did, almost 10 years. That girl, that's a part of your life.
Right.
But I'm glad that she also was strong enough to be like, you know what, enough is enough, and walk away.
I agree. And something we should, make note about is both Little Mix and One Direction, all the members of each band, they audition for the X Factor as a solo artist. Mm-hmm. They never necessarily audition to be in a group. So that's something that they had to kind of make a decision about and decide, okay, either I'm going to go with it, I'm going to take this opportunity or not. And they all chose to do that. However, they all individually had their own goals as an artist. So that's something that we should take into consideration, that maybe creatively, it breaks my heart to hear your point about Jessie and the tabloids and all of that, because that's something not to take lightly, and I'm sure was very difficult to deal with and something she struggled with. So there comes a point where you have to kind of be selfish and realize that, hey, I've had enough and I need to move on from this, and that's okay. And it's sad as a fan of Little Mix, that's okay. And
after the best album they put out, Alex, I can't get that blows. When I tell y'all, it breaks my heart. As Monique said on Flavor of Love Charm School throwback, it breaks my heart It literally just breaks my heart because Confetti is a no skip album, so I can't get over that. That's the last full mix. They're not little mix to me; they're the big mix because they really did that. Ugh.
I know.
Bless Jesse.
Well, we'll give it time. We'll let it settle, and we'll see what the future holds because things happen. So in a few years from now, maybe it'll change. But until then, something that doesn't change is our love for this next family. So Courtney, here you go. Let us in those gates. Beep, beep. We have to talk about our car gender too.
If you guys are all of the behind the car Jenner gates, be sure to turn your volumes down for Car Jenner T-Time! Hello to everyone in my studio, which is not just me.
Yes. All right. So Chloe responded to a throwback Christmas card in the most relatable way. T-Tribe, I don't know if you saw it kind of all over Instagram yesterday, but the Instagram page 90s Anxiety, which is a great account if you're not following it, tagged Chloe in a photo of an old Kardashian Christmas card from way back. And Chloe had to respond. So the photo shows the 4 Kardashian siblings posing with their late father, Robert Kardashian. And as you can see, Chloe's name didn't get the spell check that she may have wanted. So Chloe captioned her story, quote, "Wait, at 90s Anxiety, just pointed out the typo in my name. So rude, the disrespect of it all, LOL." So it looks like Chloe has really always been, unfortunately, the unlucky one. So what do you think of this throwback and Chloe's response?
What a cute photo, Alex. They all are just being themselves. And of course, Chloe's standing out and doing what she does. Girl. ... girl, period.
First of all, we kind of got a Kardashian Christmas card this year because we know that they stopped in 2017 and that was something everyone looked forward to. But I also there's an accent over the E too. They really demolished her name. But what I love about this Christmas card is that Chloe's the star in it. So they may have, there's a typo in her name, but she's got the bow. She's front and center. She's the star of the photo, and I love to see Chloe as the star.
She's giving us Fifth Harmony when what's her name? Camila was when they all were on X Factor. Because they will always put Camila in the big pink bow. They were really trying to let us know that when we put these girls together, we get that y'all like the other ones, but this one, that one right there, she's the star, and I get those kind of vibes from the bow from Chloe in this picture.
Oh my gosh, it just brought me back to a time, that tea party on X Factor. Remember that performance?
Yes. That was iconic. I'll give them that.
Yeah,
Alex, before the Tumblr, y'all know. I don't even have to pretend. I don't even have to defend myself because y'all have watched the show long enough. I love me some Fifth Harmony, girl. Flex time to impress. Fetty Wap, girl. See, my two worlds that came together. Fetty Wap and Fifth Harmony, girl. All in my head, girl. They was on the beach. Me and my friends, girl. When I first moved here, we made a music video to All in My Head, girl. I was Normani. It was everything.
Showed me.
I'll have to send it to you. It's so embarrassing.
Anything. But work from home, I mean, there were so many worth it. There were so many hits that made me dance. Work from home, we could really.
R.I.P. 5H.
It's always sad when groups break up, because it's just those memories live on forever, and it's sad. But like we said, it's necessary sometimes, and it's important for people to think about themselves. So let's move on to Courtney, who's thinking about her little boys because she's showing off her son's goofy moments in a recent Instagram post. Posting yesterday, Courtney gave some insight into her mom life when she showed off a series of clips of her two boys, Mason and Rain, and the shenanigans they get up to. From talking to turtles to playing with flamethrowers, these two rascals get up to a lot of mischief, and Kourtney is there to capture all of it. One of the most adorable moments comes in the form of Rain rapping along to Megan Thee Stallion's Savage. Take a look at this right now.
Bye. Casey, Boji, Richie. Casey, Modi, next
Acting stupid.
Was hit me. Was hit me.
I'm just
What's hit?
What's that?
Yeah, he's just so really cute. I mean, Rain, I don't know if you saw the Ellen episode, and they have all the kids on, and Rain was just performing. Like, I see acting in his future. He has a lot of the Scott Disick in him. He acts out. He's funny. Like, in this same post, Kourtney shared the candy challenge that everyone was doing for a while. And of course, Rain goes and grabs an M&M before she gets back and then lies about it. Like, he's a little, there's a little mischief in those eyes. What do you think about this, Kourtney?
Do you see the Jenner children being entertainers, Alex? I kind of see that for them so far. Definitely Rain and Mason.
Rain, Mason, and North. I mean, North is already...
Oh, God, can't forget North.
We've already seen her kind of break into the industry. But yeah, I definitely see that in Rain's future. I mean, they're beautiful kids, and they have, the support and the platform behind them. So I can see it happening for sure.
Yeah, that was a cute video. It's always nice to see kids like doing things innocently at their age. Something that's really off-putting for me is when young kids act a little too grown, in my opinion, Alex. So this was like fun, clean, innocent, just listening to some good old Meg, Yeah,
exactly. And then there was one other video, I can't think of the song right now, but he was singing the edited version, which just like made me happy too. Like he was supposed to say stripper, and he said like stranger. So they must have like
fantastic. Keep your clothes on.
So it's good, but super cute moment. All right, well, an update on Tristan and Khloe, because what would the morning tea be without an update on Khloe and Tristan? So they're putting to bed any lingering concerns about their relationship following the dinner date from earlier this week. The pair met back up in Boston and went out on a date at the restaurant Zuma at the Boston Four Seasons Hotel for dinner, eating in a private dining room behind the chef's kitchen. So despite the drama with Tristan's dinner from earlier this week, sources continue to tell E! News that the couple are in a good place right now, even with the newly minted long-distance relationship. So we know the Jenners have one last season of Keeping Up with the Kardashians left to go. Do you think this Tristan storyline will conclude with a happy ending, Kourtney?
Alex, I don't know. I do think it's very interesting that Khloe made sure to catch that flight and get out there before we could catch Tristan doing something else questionable. And that to me says enough. Do I want Khloe to have a happy ending? Yes. Do I prefer it that it would be with someone else that's not Tristan? Yes. At the end of the day, will True be taken care of? Yes. So, I mean, 3 yeses, and Tristan's still looking like no. So, I mean, if Khloe wants to make that kind of decision, that is on her. I just think that right now it's not a good look for her. I would prefer if Tristan stayed in the house for a year and we only saw him at basketball games and Khloe at courtside and only catch them in the hotel lobby and that's it. It just doesn't look good, Alex. Like, we can't go 4 months without seeing Tristan somewhere.
Do you think that Khloe, I know we've spoke about this before, but do you think there will come a time where she would fully move to Boston, like pack up and just kind of commit? Do you think that will happen?
I think whatever the Hulu stuff is, if it allows her to do so, then yes. And she might be, in my opinion, I think she might be considering that option before, they start shooting or filming or planning or whatever that is. They might have just signed a deal that says do this. but they might not have like a concrete outline of what is to come yet. And maybe part of that includes her making that move. I don't think, girl, even if she does, I just would hate for her to do that only for some BS to happen next Christmas. You know? I know it's fun to kiki and giggle at them, but that would just, like, she is down and out, in my opinion, from where I sit. She's down and out in the love department. Of course, she has the riches, beautiful daughter, great family, but like that love department, it's unfortunate because everyone deserves somebody, Alex, but they deserve somebody that wants them just as much as, like, you get what I'm saying? Just as much as they want, they should be wanted. Like the same way she seeks Tristan, Tristan should be seeking her.
Right. Do you believe in kind of that mentality, like, how do I say this? Not this kind of, this love that you just, no matter what the person does, you're just kind of like drawn to each other. Do you believe that could happen, that, you know, you can become so involved with someone that you are just blind, like love is blind?
Oh yeah, girl, she got her rose-colored glasses on, and I've been trying to lead her out the garden, girl. She caught up in them thorns. Them Tristan Thompson thorns, the TTTs, girl. And it seems as though we all see it and she doesn't. And at that point, y'all, that's where we gotta say, you know how you say at the end of the show, girl, wash your hands clean of the tea, girl. We gotta wash our hands clean of revenge body Chloe and let her continue to make her own decisions. All we can do, Alex, is do our job, girl, and sit right here in our beautiful homes and tell the beautiful people of the Tea Tribe what is going on. But I want better for her as an adult, you know, for true.
Well, speaking of making their own decisions, Scott Disick made a decision about leaving an Instagram comment that we need to talk about, the story of the day. And, you know, Scott posted that Kourtney pic earlier this week, but it doesn't mean that anything between him and Amelia Hamlin has been called off, because yesterday, Amelia posted this pic to her Instagram account with the caption, quote, "Almost 2021, looking like." Scott couldn't help himself, responding to the flattering picture with 8 to a 12 real quick. Amelia played along, commenting back, saying 5 to 20. So this must be, you know, an inside joke going on. Scott and Amelia are just a little over a month into their relationship, and despite some mixed signals coming from Scott as to where his loyalties lie with the picture earlier this week, it seems like this couple is here to stay, at least for now. What do you think of this flirting on Instagram, Courtney and Tea Tribe?
well, first let me answer the question. Girl, I guess it's their kind of humor. ... I would love to be a fly on the wall at the dinner with Lisa, Harry, Scott, and Amelia. I just think that would be very interesting. No cameras. I just want to be the fly on the wall. Like when they really think no one's watching, what is that kind of energy in the room like? In the beautiful, because I imagine they have a beautiful dining room, girl. So as y'all sit at this long, massive table in my imagination, what do y'all discuss? Like, what does Lisa Rinna say to Scott Disick? So you're dating my daughter. Like, what do you say?
I can hear it. I can hear Lisa's voice.
Right?
Say exactly that.
Is this a good couple, Alex? You think? I know how I feel about them today.
Yeah, I think you know, Amelia's too young, and I don't know. I don't know about this couple just yet. I think, you know, Scott with the younger ladies, it's like, but see, I think that's a defense mechanism. You know what I mean? I think that he truly loves Courtney and wants that to work. And so this kind of allows for that. Because
And Alex, okay, can I ask you this? Because this is important. I don't know what I would do. As a parent, Alex, say you're aware of this. Everything that you just said, you're just a mom now. But your child is old enough to make their own decisions. So then as a parent and Mom Tribe, please feel free to answer. What do you do? How do you guide your child from afar at that point? Because your child, she done threw the graduation cap up in the air, girl. She's grown. Because I would feel like you don't need to be dating this man. How do you support your child dating a Disick. It doesn't have to be Scott. Any person that's like a Scott, that has like, lots of baggage. I won't be specific because we all have issues and we're all not perfect, but has a lot of baggage. How do you guide your child if you believe that their partner already has the love of their life lingering in the background?
Yeah. It's a loaded question, Courtney. I mean, it must be tough because with, age comes wisdom. And I'm sure Lisa Rinna, as a mother, can foresee this as not a great idea. She may understand the immediate kind of benefit. Like we've talked about before, this can only help Amelia's career and platform. And if she truly, wants to be with him, I guess it's up to them. But as a mother, it must be hard to watch this knowing so much.
I'm over here wondering because I'm reading Brittany. Shout out to Brittany. Brittany is saying literally when Amelia was born, Scott was 18. That to me is a little awkward. But then again, maybe because they aren't old enough to drink, it might be easier for Scott to stay in check. Now, I didn't think about that. Also, my next question is to y'all is what age did Scott and Kourtney start dating? Because I'm like, were they dating and Amelia was being born? Because then that's a little awkward, as Brittany said.
Yeah. Also, to Brittany's point, they're celebrity 18, 19, 20-year-olds. Like, they're still drinking. Let's be real. So, I don't necessarily.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I get
drinking.
What's happening?
Girl, especially them YouTubers, girl, them underwear YouTube, girl, they be in the parties, girl. I'll be looking the other way, girl. Let me get out of here, girl. The cops come. Girl. Mm-mm.
Yeah, I think it's more the fact that it gives him more time to, not get serious so quickly. Because, as we've mentioned before, if he dated an older woman, he would have to kind of own up to his stuff much quicker. Not to say Amelia, just at 19 years old, is not an intelligent woman and could be aware of everything going on and can make her own decisions. But
it's the wisdom, Alex. Just like you said, she's lacking the wisdom. Maybe she has a life experience. Maybe she could be aware, but she's lacking the wisdom that Mommy Rinna would have. You get what I'm saying? You could, y'all, even the young people that are watching this, I swear, coming from someone that thinks he knows it all, you can swear you know it all and you do not know anything. You're not the same person that you were 4 years ago or even 3 months ago. So, I mean, I think that Amelia and Scott both have a little bit of growing to do before they enter a serious situation. Maybe they're just casually dating, but not together and committed. Right.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah. Let's call it that. Maybe they're just having fun at this point. Who knows? We're all at home. We're all, a little lonely, need some comfort and support. And maybe this will all be over come 2021. But we will stay tuned. Right, Courtney?
Yeah, girl. I'm going to keep my peepers peeled.
Keep those peepers peeled and bring those peepers back tomorrow because unfortunately not the show we have today, but we'll be back tomorrow, as I said, our last show before the holiday. So very exciting. Make sure you join us for some champagne and a little celebrity tea. If you're new here, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share your thoughts in the comments below. Of course, we love to read them. If you're an after sipper, and Courtney, if they want more of you after the show, where can they find you?
If you want more of me after the tea, all you have to do is follow me on social media. Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, my podcast, all of those things. YouTube channel, do all the things. Just take my name right there, type it up top. It all comes up. Also give this video a like and leave a comment. Where can they find you, Shiftman?
Find me on all social media platforms, just like my name, at Alex Schiffman. And on that note, Courtney, it's time to wash this tea off our hands. We'll see you back tomorrow morning, same time, 8:30 Pacific Standard Time. And have a great day, guys.
We'll see you guys tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And now it's time to wash your hands. hands, Leo. You better wash your hands. Wash your hands. Scrub your hands. Scrub your hands. Scrub your hands. Hey, just wash your hands.